Do you know these dirty and smelly and filled with a variety of impurities in the sewage treatment plant is how to deal with it? We will introduce you to the complete workflow of sewage treatment in 3D. First is the sewage collection. Sewage is collected through the sewage network system to the sewage treatment plant. In order to make the turbid sewage can be transported smoothly, the network usually uses equipment such as screw pumps to pump the sewage to the treatment plant. Once the wastewater enters the treatment plant, it first passes through a grill. The grill consists of parallel metal or plastic strips, which can adequately intercept larger solid wastes, such as tree branches, plastic bags, and stones. The intercepted solids will be scraped by the scraper to a special channel to prevent the subsequent treatment equipment from clogging. Then the sewage will enter the sand sedimentation tank through the principle of gravity, settling to remove sand, cinder, and other large inorganic particles in the sewage. At the same time, the impeller rotating disc in the pool can also form axial vortex to reduce the flow rate of sewage, so that the heavier inorganic particles precipitate to the bottom of the pool and finally discharged through the sand discharge equipment. Then the sewage from the sand sedimentation tank will enter the primary sedimentation tank to further remove debris. The baffles in the tank can slow down the water flow to help the suspended particles to settle. When the suspended solid debris under the effect of gravity will be precipitated to the bottom and form sludge. The oil and grease separated from the top will be cleaned by a scraper. The top layer of supernatant will be discharged through the archway. After preliminary treatment, the water will enter the biological treatment unit. Note that this step will be the key part of the wastewater treatment. First, the workers will inject a mixture of activated sludge containing a large number of microorganisms into the wastewater to degrade the impurities. And the aeration equipment will be connected to the air to provide oxygen for the microorganisms, so that the organic matter and microorganisms can fully contact and integrate. In this process, the microorganisms will continuously decompose and absorb the organic matter to remove impurities. After the treatment of sewage will enter the second sedimentation tank for precipitation. At this time, the activated sludge in the sewage will be completely separated from the water. Some of the separated sludge is returned to the biological treatment unit to maintain the microbial concentration. The remaining sludge is dewatered and discharged. Then the supernatant from the secondary sedimentation tank will enter the final deep treatment stage. Through ultraviolet light, greening, ozone, and other disinfection methods to remove pathogenic microorganisms, organic matter, and odors in the wastewater. When the discharge standard is reached, this part of the water will be discharged to the natural water body through the diffusion nozzle to fully mix with the river water to minimize the impact on the living environment. After watching this, do you understand?